What is happening in Venezuela is a full-throated U.S. intervention, and there's no better person to explain the nature of this type of action than our next guest. Michael Scheuer has seen this play out countless times. He hasn't just seen it play out. He's been a part of it. He's an insider. He's a former CIA agent who is now teaching at Georgetown University, or was just recently. By the way, his assignment at the CIA, get this, to track down and find Osama bin Laden. Wow. Michael knows as much or more about the real deal when it comes to U.S. foreign policy and interventions as anyone. What do you make of this situation? We just heard John Bolton essentially say, yeah, we're, ready for the day after. We're going to take this guy out, and here's how we're going to do it. Is that more even brazen than some of the operations you were involved in?
Much more so. But for Bolton, pretty tame. But we've got Abrams and Bolton and Pompeo, and they're really, they're cut from the neoconservative cloth. They are ready to go to war wherever they want to go. And unfortunately, the CIA is their tool. And if we're involved down there, it's only because they're trying to shove us in there again. And there are people in the agency who will want to do this.
I was talking to Chris Hedges the other day, and he compared what's going on here and in other places to exactly what happened. It's almost the same manuscript as what we've seen in places like Iraq, right? Do you see it that way?
Well, I think so, but you can also say it's just exactly what we've witnessed over the past 2 years. People like Clapper and Brennan and Obama, apparently, enlisted the support of foreign powers to overthrow an alleged pro-Russian president. Mm-hmm. They committed treason, and I think we'll find that out as we go on.
There's an irony in there, isn't there?
Yeah. And now Guaido is enlisting foreign powers, Canada, Britain, the United States, to help him overthrow a legitimately elected president.
And they have some help. I want to show you something, all right? I want to show you a couple of images. Put these up if you can. The first image is from, I was watching the BBC today, and from Jump Street, first thing this morning, what you saw in their coverage was those words. That's the BBC. Venezuela uprising. They didn't call it clashes in Venezuela that may lead to an uprising. They're using the exact same language that was given to them by the Trump administration and Guaido. Which, by the way, last time I checked as a journalist, when I got my degree at the University of Minnesota, I'm not supposed to have government officials write my scripts for me. But wait, I got a better one for you. Look at put up the next one. Then I was watching CNN. Look at this guy. This guy's wearing boots and a flak jacket. I was watching, and I took this picture with my camera in my office. There's ladies, old ladies behind him carrying purses. There's a little kid riding around in a tricycle. There was no violence there, but he's wearing
He's giving the impression.
The image.
In the BBC, you have to remember, Rick, that wherever we're going to invade as a Western power with our allies, the BBC is the first on the ground. They were the first ones in the Ukraine. Mm-hmm. They were there causing problems, creating ferment among the population. They're down there in Venezuela. The BBC is an enemy organization to the United States.
You have paid a heavy toll for being a truth teller. I mean, you could have been one of those guys sitting next to Rachel Maddow every day. I used to interview you when I worked at MSNBC and CNN. You remember? We used to have conversations,
yes,
you and I.
We did.
You don't get invited there anymore.
No, it's been 7 or 8 years. I supported Ron Paul, who was the master non-interventionist. And I have some criticisms for Israel, so I got banned from the Congress.
But your curriculum vitae, you know as much as anybody in this business.
Well, I know what I know. And I know that intervention kills American soldiers, deprives the nation of resources that are needed at home, and makes us hated around the world. The other thing I know is that an intervention is not, it leads to another intervention. They never resolve themselves. And as far as if we're going to play in this world as partners and we expect to be respected, we have to respect other people's sovereignty. And the truth is, we don't have an interest in Venezuela except for J.P. Morgan, Chase Manhattan, and the oil companies. That's what they want. And the Democrats will support this because they want to make Venezuelans more like them.
Can we talk again?
It'd be my pleasure, sir.
Thanks for stopping by.
Anytime.
Michael Scheuer, we appreciate your time and your honesty. I'm Rick Sanchez. You found us on YouTube, and that's awesome. But you know what? I'm also live every night at 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern on DirecTV and Dish and cable and satellite, the RT app, and Pluto TV. I'll see you there.